So here we have the radar unit on the left and the sonar, or it's currently in fish finder mode, on the right, and this is showing the profile of the seabed. So this is coming up with a message to say we need to turn it on. We just hit transmit and it begins. So if you look on this, it's actually got a red box around this on the screen. That means if we were to hit the menu button now, we could actually change and reconfigure this screen. So this is currently in Doppler mode, which is, Doppler mode will give you a graphical representation of vessels that are moving towards or away from you. So because we're currently on the wharf here at the moment, there's a lot of interference here. We can actually zoom in. Oh, so actually that's zooming out. So we've now got a 1 nautical mile range, 2 nautical miles. And if we come in, we can zoom right in to 1/4 of a nautical mile. And we're obviously picking up a lot of things here because we have a lot of vessels around us. If you see a little red thing popping up on the screen, that indicates that there's a boat that's coming up behind us at the wharf here, and that it is moving towards our position. And when that boat goes past us, it should actually turn green, if it does indeed go past us. While this is red, we can come over here and select the menu option, and we have a few different options here for radar. We can choose harbour, coastal, weather, or offshore. Generally, because we'll be operating in closed waters, we'll always leave that in harbour, so you don't need to change it. There is Doppler mode here, which we can turn off if we want, and close that. And then we go back to a traditional radar screen. To turn Doppler back on, we hit the menu button, Doppler, close, and it's back on. And that vessel that was there before looks like it's now gone, because it's probably gone to the wharf behind us, which is where the water taxis are currently operating out of, with the ferry being closed. So it hasn't come past. So if we wanted to adjust the fish finder over here, if we select this screen, it's now gone orange. So we can now use the menu option to adjust that. And we have a couple of variations here of angles. We can choose offset, which gives an offset view. We can choose from above, looking down, or we can look at from the rear. We can also go back and choose side vision, which may not work very clearly because we're not actually moving at the moment. But what this does, it actually gives you a view from either side of the boat. So if you were navigating through a narrow channel, it would actually be really useful, because you can look at either side of the channel as opposed to just looking down at the bottom. We can also then go into a more traditional sonar view. So the fish finder and the sonar are all found within the same screens. And this is looking at the traditional down vision, which once again will give you a little bit more detail than the sonar. It'll actually pick up solid objects on the sea floor. So yeah, if you were looking for something on the seabed, this will actually show them up. So if we come out and look at both screens, and you can actually see here now there's a green dot, and that is because there's a boat over there that is actually travelling away from us, and that has now changed to green. So when a vessel is moving towards you, it's red, and when it's moving away, it's green. And that's what happens when you can see that when you're in Doppler mode. So now we have the skipper set up here with the chart and the sonar, and we have the navigator or the OIC with the radar and the depth sounder that's showing the profile of the seafloor. And these are the settings that at this point we've decided we want to have as our default screens. We also have an option for the FLIR camera, but obviously if you're operating in daylight or you don't need that on the screen.